coin. Agatha blow will call. Agatha calls tails. It's a head. They win the toss. And they'll be batting first. We'll be having the anthem. Walk up to Gahanga. Rwanda won the toss and elected to have a bat. Captains picking the balls. We'll have some quick interviews after they pick the balls. All right. We'll start with Nigeria captain, Agatha. Sorry about Samantha. How ready is and how big is this game for you?
Yeah, this game is very important. This game is very important because it's the third place match, and winning the third place match is really going to, put us in a better place, both in the ranking and when we go back and, help us motivate ourselves more maybe next time.
Apart from Samantha being out, that was the semi-final.
It's just Sammy that is out. We replaced her with one other player.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Turning game in your last. Yeah. Sarah, home team. No effort. Can you do it?
Yes, we are ready for the game. This is our final. This is our last game, and we came with our all effort to finish strong.
Then any changes in your team squad?
We brought in back Belize and Babish Ishmedian.
Is out.
It's Delphine and Josiane.
It's a final day wicket. How do you want it to play, and how many runs do you think will be enough?
It's a good batting pitch, and we want to score 120 and above.
Good luck to you, Sarah. Hopefully you can get the 120. That's it from the toss. Rwanda winning the toss and elected to bat. Good game. Last game for both teams. It's not a consolation match. The bronze medals at stake for the winners.
Tell us that story that you were saying.
Oh my god. So I told you she discovered this balcony kind of thing, which was in an auditorium, but like not in the auditorium, just outside. So she like went on, like she went at that balcony, and she like came back and like, I discovered this place. Y'all need to come and check this out. So we all were through. So we all were making her go, and like I don't know why we found that entertaining, but it was so entertaining for us. Like her just
and
running
we were
there.
very young, no?
Yeah,
We were
I was like
8.
yeah.
I was like 8 to 10 years old, and
Yeah,
I
you were
think she was
really
like
small.
6, 7.
Yeah. So I had my Crocs, my purple Crocs, and I just threw it, and like I intentionally threw it for her to go there. And I was like, Gemma, I think my Crocs are there. Can you help me and get it out? So she was like, yeah.
And we
I'm
were full
good.
dramatic.
Yeah,
Save your life and
I know.
everything like that.
she runs and she like climbs over the wall and she goes to the balcony. And just like right before she could go get my Croc, she falls into this false ceiling underneath. And oh my god, and we were like, what
And
the
these guys
hell?
got scared.
Yeah, yes, or?
Yeah, yes.
And these
So
guys.
it was because of you.
Yeah, it was because of Rachel. I almost lost my life because of Rachel. I went to save
Circle over
her.
here.
Yeah, and then these guys thought that I died. No, really. And they were like, shit, Jemima. They were like that. And I just fell. So there was a small plank kind of a thing. I put my leg and I fell. And these guys thought I was dead. And they're like, what are we going to tell our parents and this and that? All these things were going on. Because we're not allowed to play. And if we tell we're playing chappal fight, we will get
This was
more
at church.
shouting.
Also at church.
Yeah. So then there was one girl who was sitting down and eating. So it was kind of a retreat, a whole day prayer kind of a thing. So then there was a meal afterwards. So one person was sitting down and eating and I fell directly on her head. And and okay, I fell, but if I wouldn't have fallen on her head, I would have like cracked my head or something very badly. So then I got hurt over here, okay, and I fell and I didn't know like what's happening. I was completely blank. Suddenly, when uncle comes over, like, Jemima, he runs, he catches me, and here I got hurt. Here only, Jemima, are you okay? Thump. And I started crying because there was a small nail or something had scratched me over here. So I had fallen from the first. So I remember, and I didn't know what happened. But then yeah, the moment they hit me away, I started crying, and then they took me to the hospital. But luckily, nothing happened. Just 2-3 scratches. But apart from that, there was nothing major.
And you might have got a lot of scolding and stuff.
Probably, I don't remember.
Yeah. So you all also got, I also got. Yeah.
I don't remember getting.
I think Anil uncle and all had come up, and then Jason went to get the Crocs and something like that. I
remember Dala giving me like just a stare and like a very bad.
But they came to know what you did, like you threw the Crocs.
Yeah, I mean my shoe was there, so.
Honestly, I did, and yeah, I did, and it was not just it was like at a very young age. When I was 8, I started. You know, we used to have cricket's always in May. Like Shivaji Park, I used to go for selections and all play there. So it was always in May, and it was this time of the year where our family used to plan holidays or picnics, like with all these guys. And I loved being with my cousins and friends and all that. Especially the swimming pool. I love the swimming pool. So you know, we all used to. But then because of cricket, like I should be at one corner, like at Cross Maidan, Azad Maidan. I had to go to play a match while these guys were, you know, like chilling over there. So I used to feel bad. So that happened at a very young age, and it still continues. But now at least I know, okay, like what I need to do, what's my purpose and all that. But at that time, it's a bit difficult as you're young and you want to enjoy, you want to go out and chill with your family or have fun. So yeah, it happened at a very young age with me.
What other roles you want to play in Jemima's videos, or do you want to do more videos?
I mean, yeah, I don't mind doing it.
You don't mind, yeah.
He's already
He doesn't
famous.
have anything to do. Anyways.
It should just be natural. So people keep asking, hey, how's your brother Lamb, that small baji wala? I'm like, yeah, he's good. So yeah, he's already famous at this age.
You used to play with her, isn't it? So what was the equation in the team? Do you kind of used to restrain yourself from approaching her when you're playing together, or you be like any other?
No. Not really. The thing is that I was at cricket, I was really quiet. Like
because everyone used to speak Hindi and Marathi, and she's not fluent in that.
kind of left out. But the thing is that she was like a mentor, like thing, like even in hockey. So like she would be a little more formal than our relationship outside the team, but I mean that was what we needed at that
Yeah.
time. So she would like guide and help, like, you know, you do this. Like even I think once or twice I even like went to bat with her for a match or two. So it was more like her, you know, helping me, like, you know.
Was it odd for the first time ki this is not the Jemima I know off the field, and then probably she might have told you later the reasons?
No, because yeah, no matter how childish, like not childish, but like childlike she is, she always had this mature side, like even when she was small. So she was like, yeah, so she was, so it wasn't like something weird. She always had, like, you know, this part where she took care of us, so it was not kind of normal.
And she's been with me in practice, so she's seen that side of me. So,
But did you have to kind of explain to her why you are the way you are in a team?
No.
I mean, that was understandable. And they've been with Dada also, and they know Dada's a bit strict and all that. So that.
Rachel, there was a broccoli incident. Na, that's
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of being a witness, so I think yeah. So once my mom made this really not amazing broccoli soup.
No, but it was very healthy. Like all the
Very
green veggies she could put, she put in
Yeah,
that.
so that like happens in my family, like in my family a lot. Like they'll just get like something and they'll just make some really healthy things that doesn't taste nice. So I think like this was like 6 or 7 years ago, and so we were all crying for some reason. Like we can't have this, you can't give this to us, and like we were forced to have it. And then suddenly out of nowhere, Jemima comes to our house, and my mom's like, Jama, look at them. See, they don't have healthy stuff. See, she plays and she eats healthy food and she loves all of this. Jama, have. See how she has. And Jemima has it, and the bowl of
I look
soup.
at it and my face goes like, I can't eat
And
this.
then she has a sip. And then my mom's like, how is it, Jemima? Very nice. My God, yeah.
But I was the only one who was pardoned from having that soup. These guys had to still finish it off. I mean, I didn't tell anything, but then her mom, Suchi auntie, so Suchi auntie just saw my face and like, was okay, don't eat it. Keep it.
दोस्तों, we really hope you loved and enjoyed the video. So make sure you like, share and subscribe to our channel. और आप कमेंट्स तो वैसे भी डाल ही दोगे. तो मिलते हैं अगली बार.
It started. We have to remember the victims of the 19. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. Amen. Rwanda, the home team, of course. Nigeria looking to avenge that defeat. Are the away team. We start with the Nigerian anthem. Want to go down to the wire as well. Good luck to both teams. Thank you, Agatha. Say hi to NAC as well. Jackson and Erika. My photographer is ready for you guys for the quick team photos. It's a final day. We need good energies to get the tournament going out in a good fashion. Final push. Martin Suji, please join Team Rwanda for that photo, please. Technical Director, Rwanda Cricket Association. High Performance Manager and the men's coach. You're very much part of this team. This is why you get paid top dollar. Well done, Chris there. Well done, Chris Tete. Pulling out the flag. Unique photo for Team Nigeria there.
Hello and welcome to Women's Cricket Zone's coverage of the Kwibuka T20 Tournament. It's the third place playoff between Nigeria and Rwanda, the losers of the semi-finals yesterday. We saw Nigeria go down to Namibia in the first match, the first semi-final, and Rwanda eventually losing to Kenya in the afternoon game. So here we are for the third place playoff. As I said, Nigeria and Rwanda. Rwanda win the toss and have opted to bat first. The last game for them in the tournament. Remember, we are in the last day of the tournament itself. We started last Sunday. Rwanda taking on Botswana in that clash. And here we are almost to the end of this competition. One match that comes is to go before the final, which is the afternoon match. Nigeria versus Rwanda. Rwanda won the toss and have opted to bat first. Two changes made. Delphine Mukarurangwa, who struggled with the bat yesterday, as well as Josiane Nirakundineza, the seamer, make way for Murakatete and Diane Ishimwe. So these are the two changes for Rwanda, a batter and a bowler. When you look at Nigeria, they have a change in captain. We saw Samantha Agazuma clutch her knees in pain yesterday. She makes way for Agatha Obulo, the skipper. So no Samantha Agazuma, no Abigail Igbobi, the original wicketkeeper batter. Kehinde Abdul Kadri makes her way in, and so does Omokobio Osiande. These are the two players in for Nigeria. Two changes for each of the teams. The last game for both these teams in this Kwibuka T20 tournament. Remember, it's a tournament played in memory of the victims of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi community. The noble cause. First edition was played in 2014. Wasn't played last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and here we are telecasting and televising the game for the very first time in the history on our Women's Cricket Zone platforms. Rwanda won the toss and have batted first. Here we see their openers, Jishal Ishimwe, walk out to the middle. I think Diane Ishimwe is along with her. Joining me in the commentary box is our very own Mpho Mutluane. Welcome, Mpho. thoughts on this third place playoff? Will join us soon as we see in the Giselle Ishimwe who's taking a guard. Yes, and come back.
Hi, hi, Sudarshan. Welcome. Well, thank you for having me back here for this third and fourth place playoff match, also known as the bronze medal match in this Kwibuka T20 tournament. Really exciting to be here and to watch these two teams who've played each other before in this week and are going to play each other again. And hopefully, I think for Nigeria's sake, they'll be hoping to get those 6 runs that they lost by in the first earlier in the week.
It was such a close contest. You mentioned they played in this week. Nigeria couldn't cross the line chasing the match. And once again, they're in a similar position because they'll be chasing Rwanda batting. It's Rwanda batting first ball of the third place playoff. Quite start. What's interesting is Favor Esigbi has the gloves today for Nigeria. So we might probably not see her roll her arms.
Yes, Blessing and team has started quite well so far in this in the first 2 balls on the money, which is what you want as for Nigeria.
Huge appeal and the slow death is that finger rises. Third ball strike for Etim Blessing as Diane Ishimbe has to walk back early.
She missed that entirely, came through the shot very quickly, and it was just an easy one because Blessing and Tim has been on the money from the get-go, and Nigeria have a wicket without a run falling.
Zero for 1 in the very third ball. Welcome back. As Diane Bimainimana places Diane Ishimbe in the middle. Ishimbe, of course, was the third highest run getter for Rwanda in T20 as an early strike means that she has to walk back without opening her account.
Yes, let's see if Bimainimana can add on.
Spot, Fantasy app. You can download it by going to the link in the description.
It's time for Bimainimana to finish the tournament on a high. She's got 59 runs in the top run scorers for Rwanda in this tournament, and so she'll want to complete this week by getting into the runs for her team.
And as has been the ritual, a wide to get the first runs on the board for a team. It's Nigeria blitzing it in, spraying it down leg.
So it's a little bit too wide for Blessing and Tim there. And she'll want to make Bimainimana play as many balls as possible.
Excellent fielding in that circle there. I think it's a joy. Lovely work. That concludes the over. 1 over gone. It's 1 for 1 Rwanda. One for one after one. One after one. Player Spot is India's #1 gaming destination. Make a match-winning team and win up to ₹5 crores daily. Hashtag Khela Kya, which means have you played? Go check out the app. The link is in the description. And remember, there's the final game coming up after this one, the afternoon match. So do head over to the app and get set for a nice Saturday afternoon as FS Joy takes the new ball from the other end. Ishimwe gets going with a glide down the leg side. What will be the morale of these teams? Hope, what's your thought on that? Because both have lost the semi-finals yesterday, competing for the third, fourth spot in the tournament.
I mean, you can't dwell on the disappointment. And I think that's what this game is all about. It's about instead of spending a day to kind of go over what you've done wrong or things you could have changed yesterday, you have to get yourself ready for today, because this is an opportunity to get a third place in a very prestigious tournament. And so if you are still hung up on what happened yesterday or still down, you might be entering this game on the wrong footing.
Lovely ball in that channel outside off, as Bimainimana has a feel for that.
So Nigeria is starting off really well in this third and fourth place playoff. They want to be bronze medalists, and you can see by the focus that both the bowlers and the fielders have right now.
Oh, that's strong width available on the offside. Nicely thrashed to backward point from Bimainimana. That's the first boundary of this game today.
A bit of ill discipline from Efosa Joy, just straying from her line that made her so successful and made even Nigeria successful in the first over. Just that outside that fourth stump channel, she just went a little bit too wide, and beautiful late cut from Bimenyimana. She waited for it and hit it behind her essentially. Really good timing from her. Good to see that Bimenyimana's finding the middle of the bat so early.
She's learned from a mistake, has Efosa Joy, just coming closer to the off stump. But we saw the semi-finals yesterday, both the losing teams, probably done in by the lack of spin option at their disposal. And you see Favour Esigbe, one of the spinners in the Nigerian side, donning the gloves today, which robs them of another spin option.
It does, but it also gives someone else an opportunity to come through and provide Nigeria with the added wickets or energy that is needed from a bowling perspective.
2 over 6 for 1. We'll pick up the conversation in the next over. Good shot. Very good shot that down the ground. But Favour Esigbe has done well with the ball. That's an option less for Nigeria now.
It is an option less for Nigeria, but you can never write out anybody else from this game. Nigeria have done well in this tournament so far to get to this point. and so they'll have to rely on someone else to step up. And I think that's also the beauty about this tournament is young players are stepping up, debutants are stepping up, and that's what you want.
Works away nicely to the onside for a quick single. Remember, this is the Kwibuka T20 tournament. All the nations from East Africa being part, but most of them will be in action soon in September when the Women's T20 World Cup Africa qualifiers take place. This is a nice warm up for them to get to know the strengths and weaknesses of the opposing team.
That is very true, Sudarshan. It is about preparing and getting people getting these teams games under their belt. It's been a tough year without a lot of cricket, and so they'll be very pleased to be in Rwanda and getting these 7 games essentially, 1 game a day in under their belt.
Lovely bowling in the channel outside of swinging away a bit. Good cricket this from Nigeria at the start. Good shot. Very good shot. Beautifully played. The cover boundary, the ball doesn't reach there. Well done on the deep. And they'll get a couple.
Looking for a third there, but Giselle Ishimwe with a really lovely shot. Oh, it was actually Bimenyimana with a lovely shot there. And really good cricket over the top, taking advantage of the field setting.
That's the no ball. Bowled well. I think it's a line no. That's what the umpire is explaining. She's overstepped Efforts Joy and she can't believe it.
Fast bowlers have always complained about that dreaded umpire's line on that front foot, but it has to be bowled again. Criminal for Afosa Joy. He's probably going to have to try and adjust to run up a little bit because the line and length coming out of her hand is very beautiful. Easy single with a wide mid on and a mid off. I'd like them to be a little bit straighter to stop that single down the ground, but I'm sure the Nigerian captain is just trying to cover all bases because you can't have fielders everywhere.
Hit nicely to the onside. There's a lot of real estate there in the mid-wicket region, and this time the fielder can't get to it. So another boundary. This time it's for, I think it's Bimainimana yet again.
Yes, that is very true, Sudarshan. Bimanyamana just jumping onto that ball. It was short, it was asking to be hit, and a lovely baseball swing around the corner to deep mid wicket, giving that power with this morning for 4 runs.
Well bowled. Come back there.
That's a good single.
Seventeen for 1. Nicely hit, but there's a fielder. I think this is a good start for Rwanda, especially after Delphine Mukarurangwa was seen struggling in that opening slot in the last two games. Now they've got to move on at least.
Criminal wide there, but yes, I agree with you. The boundaries at the top of the order is just so easy. Just help the team at the back end calm down and calm the nerves and allow everyone to just walk into their roles when they come back in. So it's really important that they are getting boundaries right now, because yesterday they really struggled to get the ball off the square.
Another full toss, but just down the ground for a single. 19 for 1.
You can see that these two have batted together. It's telepathic, the running between the wickets.
Oh, streaky yet effective. And the boundary is all that matters. Doesn't matter how they come, don't they?
When you're aiming for cover and you get it to a third man, it's a boundary. You're not going to ask too many questions. Really good ball, though, from Joy Fossa. Just that outside edge of the bat, evading that fielder on the ring at slip.
It is 4 overs gone. It's 23 for 1 Rwanda. Much better start today. Three for 1. A team blessing. 2 overs, 5 for 1 so far. Here she is into the third. Pushed watchfully to the offside. It's a good start, isn't it? Bimaini Mana as well as Giselle Ishim were not looking to block, but looking for singles and if not boundaries.
And you can see with the stroke play that they've gotten, it's very positive strokes. No defensive blocks there. Yes, they're finding fielders, but they are making an attempt and an effort to try and seek runs rather than defend their position at the crease.
This is the batting order that Nigeria should have persisted with. I beg your pardon, Rwanda should have persisted with. Because you see there's intent. These players have batted in the top order, unlike Sifa Ingabire, who was pushed up for a makeshift kind of a role.
This is some good bowling from Blessing a Tim. You can see Bimeni Mana's looking to score runs, looking to hit every ball, and she's successfully done so. Just always bowling to a field, which is what has been quite impressive.
You see that there is intent to score, but the scorecard says that Bimaini Mana is on 7 of 19. So she's having a struggle of her own, but is concealed perhaps by the attempts to score.
It is. She just needs to possibly look to get closer to the pitch of the ball, nullify the swing a little bit. Blessing and Tim's getting it to swing away slightly. And with that, it'll open up more angles for her to get it past the fielders.
Another one that takes the outside edge, past the slip. Kahinde Abdul Qadri. The chase is in vain. In fact, it's Rachel Sampson as another boundary ensues, and this time from the bat of Mari Bimaini Mana.
Bimeni Mana knew nothing about that ball. It rose high on the bat, surprised her. She played it off the back foot, but the fielder had slipped. It probably needs to be a little bit wider after 2 balls going past down to the boundary. So good runs for Bimeni Mana, 27 for 1.
Very good start for Rwanda, 27 for 1. After 5 overs, last over of the power play coming up. Eposa Joy has been leaking runs 2 overs for 18. Now there's a change in that end. A spinner into the attack, Mary Desmond. He's looked good in this tournament for Nigeria.
Yeah, she's one of the highest wicket takers for Nigeria. She's taken 4 wickets in this tournament, just behind Blessing Atim and Joy Foster. So the pressure still is being kept up with some quality bowling. And it's also our first sighting of spin. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how this pitch plays out with spin and how Rwanda navigates that, trying to get themselves to a competitive total.
We're trying to get the field right. Our Nigeria. Good start. Good start in line of the stump. A soft inquiry as well.
I don't think it was that soft. I think it was quite a legitimate one. I think the height of that is the reason why the umpire gave that nod. But line was pretty good.
It nicely through the covers, towards the covers, a dot ball. At 27 for 1.
The question would be is if Giselle Ishimwe is feeling the pressure of Bimenyimana's not scoring that freely, and it may force her to do something uncharacteristic that might land her in a bit of trouble.
That's an excellent point you make. Giselle started this over with 13 of 8, and here she's played 3 dot balls. But manages to get off strike, does she? Oh, yes, she does. That misfield from Sandy Esther was really not on.
So it's just unfortunate for Sandy Esther there. Just easing the pressure. The pressure was building up, and it was building to something uncharacteristic from Rwanda, like a wicket or two. But it just eased a little bit to rotate the strike.
I don't think they ran that single there. So it's been, 5 dot balls in a row? Now, you still don't see the batters communicating in the middle.
You can't allow 5 in a row. You just cannot. You need to find a way to score runs.
And Mary Desmond gives them the opportunity.
Just very loose, just lost the control as the ball was coming out. It's really hard art, this leg spin. Oh, good fielding. Really, really good fielding on the ring. Maiden over.
Player Spot is India's #1 gaming destination. Play fun games on the Player Spot app and win up to ₹5 crores daily. #Khela Kya. Then head over to the link in the description for downloading the app and participating in it. Now we see a change from the end where Blessing Etim was bowling from. Rachel Sampson is into the attack now.
Disappointing power play from Rwanda's perspective. Thought they could have gotten a lot more in that last over, but some great bowling from Mary Desmond. And now it's for them to try and rotate the strike as much as possible with the field spread out. As you see Rachel Sampson go through her run-ups, she's gone through 2 without the ball. Will she do a third with the ball?
think that there's a huge gap between the way Namibia bat and the other teams bat? Because there's always intent, there's always attacking instinct from Namibia.
Good ball from Samson. Yes, I think so. I think it's just possibly there's a difference in quality, and it probably comes from the frequency with which the Namibian players are playing cricket, even in this time, even before. They've been a very strong side in Africa for a while now, and so they understand how this game goes, and you that's a really good shot. It's great fielding to prevent the runs, three further runs, but good shot nonetheless from just Bimenyimana. But because they played more games than all the other teams, they kind of know how to win T20, and so that you grow into that attacking aggression from a batting perspective. So I do think as these teams get better in international cricket, they'll also understand what it takes.
Fair point you make. The lack of cricketing action is seen at various points for this team.
And also the other thing is I think Namibia find themselves in a very interesting place in world cricket where they could be slightly a step ahead of the teams that are playing here, but also a little bit too behind some of the teams that are competing regularly in World T20 internationals, or those associates that are qualifying for those World T20 internationals. So they're in that weird zone where they need to find a match that could work with them, and because of COVID and the lack of travel, it's kind of restricted their growth in this format. Oh wow! What a beautiful ball from Rachel Sampson on the top of off. Bimenyimana played all around it, and another wicket for Nigeria. A welcome wicket coming with all the pressure. Only 3 runs have been scored in the last 10 balls. So really good from Nigeria. So Nigeria with the breakthrough 30 for 2. And Rachel Sampson, the destroyer. Sampson into the new batter. Oh, nearly a caught and bowled as that one goes down to a long off. She's creating a lot of drama here for this Rwandan side.
The end of a very successful over, 31 for 2 after 7. One for 2 after 7. We are building as well to the England versus India series that starts next week. As Mary Desmond continues. That was a good delivery by Rachel Sampson the previous over to get rid of Diana Mari Bimenyimana. Just a little bit nip into the right-hander. Had to lose the off stump.
And brings in Henriette Ishimwe, who is a very handy bat at number 4 in the middle order for Rwanda. She scored 46 runs in this tournament. Also good with the ball. And she'll be hoping that Giselle will be hoping that she's found a partner that she can go deep into these 20 overs with.
There's so many of these
So,
batters who look good in the brief time they've spent in the middle, but it's just that they haven't carried on for long. And I beg your pardon, Henriette Ishime is really one of those. Looked very good with that cover drives and that boundary hitting. Hasn't carried on enough.
around the corner and no run. That actually should have been a single. If we're being honest there, I think you need to put pressure on the fielders, especially having the ability to kind of back up at the non-strikers end.
You see signs of slowing down. Giselle Ishimwe was on 13 of 8 balls, and the next 9 balls she's just managed 1. While Nigeria have kept on the pressure, but they're also bowling those release ball in terms of the wides. That's it nicely. That's it very nicely. The good effort in the deep. We'll keep it down to 2. Will stand yes, sir.
That's a good shot just to rotate the strike. Nigeria will be comfortable with giving away a single. They're just holding the game, and to a certain extent, that is what the Nigerian captain wants, to just have the games go in this pace. Not a lot of boundaries, not a lot of easy runs. Everything must be earned.
Is fair point you make that. 2 changes for both these sides today. No regular skipper in Samantha Agazuma for Nigeria. Agatha Obulor leading in her absence. And there is no Abigail Igbobe as 8 overs gone. It's 36 for 2. Sign up on the Players Spot app and get 100% cash back on your first deposit. The link is in the description. A good ball to start with. Giselle Ishimwe getting beaten.
Good question to ask the umpire. She played all around that one, and it looked like it was going down leg, and that was her only saving grace. Take those quick singles. It's good running.
You can see that intentions there from Henriette Ishimwe. Looking to pepper the onside, just not able to connect it.
Just trying to hit the ball too hard. Just keep your form and just focus on timing, and everything will work itself out.
There she goes this time. Connects it wonderfully well, and she'll get a boundary. Will Henriette Ishimwe.
And unlike the previous ball where she wanted to hit everything, all the leather off of it, this one was a lot easier. She was a lot upright. The ball was short, and she managed to get underneath it and pull it to the deep mid wicket boundary, which is very vacant for Nigeria.
The key was she picked the length quite early, didn't she, Henriette Ishimwe? And that meant that she could execute that shot really well. Oh, she goes to the offside now, connected beautifully. But there is protection in the deep. Will not get more than 2.
But very good shot. As you were speaking earlier on, that she has a really lovely cover drive, and it was on show right there. Really good shot, worth more, but some good fielding. So good cricket all round.
She's good cricket, but what I'm seeing is that she's facing a seamer without a helmet.
Brave woman, brave woman.
As that ends the over, 9 overs gone 43 for 2 Rwanda. Player Spot is India's #1 gaming destination. Make sure you head over to the app. The link is in the description. And make your team and participate in these matches. As Mary Desmond is back for her 3rd over. I think that's going down leg.
Yeah, she's getting it to turn into the right-hander, but her line where the ball pitched was on middle, and so it was going into the right-hander. Missed entirely, but good bowling. Just I'd rather her start a little bit on off, and she'll be in the money on that one.
Good use of the feet. Oh, she dived in the morning for a ball that arrived in the afternoon. Did that mid-off fielder? What should have been a dot turns out to be a single at least. Yes.
But one thing you can't take away from Nigeria is the effort. They're not lacking in effort. They're throwing their bodies around, and that's encouraging for the bowler and the rest of your teammates.
There she goes, long gone. Omo Kobio Osiande. She's making her international debut for Nigeria today. It's a very crucial position at long gone.
Yes, you want your best fielders at long on in T20 to be able to restrict further runs from leaking. You can give 1, but you can't give 2. There it is. What a beautiful ball. It turned inside. And as I was saying, find that off stump line. Once you find it, it will turn in. It took the top of middle, and that ends Henriette Ishimwe's stand for Rwanda. They are 46 for 3.
So very unfortunate yet again, and that's what I was saying. Henriette Ishimwe needed to stretch her innings and not just be about cameos, but she failed to account for that turn in, gets in on the inside and loses her 6. 46 for 3, Rwanda.
The other thing about that wicket was, if you looked at where Henriette Ishimwe took her guard, she was on off stump. Had she taken a middle stump guard, that ball would have probably been cover driven with an edge, probably past the keeper or to the covers. So it's just an interesting thing. She was trying to push everything that was on off stump to the leg side, but maybe had she gone to the middle stump, she probably would have saved her wicket and accessed another part of the ground rather than looking to slog sweep everything. And so that's something that she probably will have to work on going forward.
It's a nice point you made, but also means that I think the release shot for most of these players is the onside hoik, which uh, which is probably one of the easier shots to play. The tougher ones are the offside drives. But I agree with you. Had she been on a middle stump guard, probably might have got an inside edge at least.
Oh, easy. Just some unnecessary runs there for Nigeria, just allowing the wide and also the two to come through. Just not a great way to end a very good over.
3 runs of that ball because she sprayed it down leg. 49 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dot to end the 10. We are at the half. Player Spot is India's #1 gaming destination. Make your match-winning team on the Player Spot app and win up to rupees 5 crores daily. Hashtag Khela Kya. The link is in the description. You can download the app and get set for the final. That is the afternoon game. This is, of course, the third place playoff between Nigeria and Rwanda. Rwanda won the toss and are batting first.
Samson for a third. Starts with the wide. Sudarshan, speaking about the release shots, I think one of the things that an off stump guard does to a batsman, and a batsman must always be aware, is that any ball that starts outside your eye line, if you don't identify that one as one you shouldn't be playing and you want to play it, it tends to move your head over and allow you to fall over, which is what Bimenyimana Henriette Ishimwe ended up doing, and then missing the ball entirely. So it's something that you players need to be comfortable with and understand that that could also happen because of where you are standing and your ability to chase the ball outside with your head rather than standing on middle and allowing the ball to come to you. And so that's something that I think even youngsters need to be aware of going forward.
You could also see in that wicket replay, isn't it? Henriette Ishimwe had her eyes closed when the ball almost arrived at her. So it was almost like she, at points, stopped seeing the ball and imagined what she wanted it to be like. And it was almost clearer in the replays where you could see her eyes closed as the ball arrived towards her, and that probably meant that she missed the ball.
The Tanzanian captain, Sarah Uwera, is the next batter in. Easy back foot punch to the sweeper on the cover boundary for a single.
You again see that she's eyed the onside, even to a ball that was in and around that off stump. Lucky to have gotten some back, gotten a single, but on another day, she would have lost her off stick as well.
That's also quite true. Nigeria bowled really well in this game. They haven't given Rwanda a lot of freebies.
Well bowled. Rachel Sampson just getting the ball to nip in after pitching.
And at this level of competition, space is what you want as a batter. You want to give yourself room. So getting a ball ducking into you is probably an uncomfortable feeling and makes you play uncomfortable shots.
I think it's, as you say, the batting is also about reacting. We'll come back to it. The next over, 11 overs gone, 53 for 3. 53 for 3 after 11, and you see a change in wicket keeper as Asika has now taken the gloves and the pads. These are signs of a Sigby will be bowling at some point.
Yes, right now it's Agatha Obulor who'll be bowling, but I kind of expected that to happen as the game goes by. You can't leave one of your good spin bowlers not bowling in a game as important as this.
Can you kind of understand why they would not give Omonia Asika the gloves from? Why would you want to have favorite keep their 11 overs? It could have so happened that she might have got a bad bounce and that might have hurt her fingers and then she wouldn't have been able to bowl. Why take that risk?
I think you will also want the better wicketkeeper behind the stumps to give the team confidence. I think this was planned, the easy single being taken. But I think somehow, I think the initial plan was to have Favour keep for the entire 20 overs. But I think once they realized that the pitch favoured a little bit more of a spin, and also with Nigeria looking to get Gisela Shimwe out because she's going to be quite dangerous later on, they had to make this change.
Even Ogata Obulor getting the ball to tail in.
She's on the money with that one. That was proper bowling.
No, she has additional responsibility today. She's the captain of this Nigerian outfit in the absence of Samantha Agazuma, who was out injured yesterday. Asika does not have the legs to go to the fence, but it's nothing against Omonia Asika. It was just short of her.
Oh wow! What to get with your third ball keeping in the match? Not too warm, and then you get one to your right that forces you to go right. But really good shot there from Giselle.
You see that I think the batters are not thinking a bit too much because you see someone like a Laura Wolford or Mignon Dubry, they kind of shape to go towards covers, but see the change in length and change the shot at the last minute to a push towards point or a cut towards backward point. That's not something that we are seeing with these batters. Yes, they're not having a lot of practice, no regular touch, but these are things I think that come naturally.
Yes, but it comes also with playing a lot more games and understanding what is at your disposal and playing more games like this. I think a lot of the teams have learned a lot by watching Namibia play, and you can see that being used in games as the week goes on. And so this is why tournaments like this are so important, because the only way you can actually improve is by seeing and then trying, as we see this one off stump being taken by Obulor.
Welcome everybody. This selection we're going pulls a short ball from Ogata Obulor. Wendy over on the high 16 overs 83 for 4.
This is back-to-back fours, if I'm not mistaken.
Eighty-three for 4 after 16. 4 overs to go. Head over to that player spot fantasy app, India's #1 gaming destination. Hashtag Khela Kya. The link description as you see Sigby favor.
Rwanda find themselves in a very interesting position. Over the last 5 overs, they've scored 30 runs for one wicket. Their projected score is now 104. So really good batting from Gisela Shimwe to get her team a total that they can try win this game with.
Indeed, she's already on her highest T20I score of 39. We've just seen 2 half centuries in this tournament, and bowling from Sune Wittmann and Yasmin Khan. Giselle Ishimbe has a very good chance of getting added to that list as we see them couple there.
Yes, that's very important. And she's found a partner in Kathia Uamahoro. She's been looking for a partner all morning, and now she's found one. And these two have put on a stand of 30 together of 26 balls. So really good batting between these two, rotating the strike. And yeah, really pleasing for Rwanda.
It's also clearly seen from Katia Uamahoro. We always see her play well, using her feet nicely, and get through extra covers for a couple.
Yes. And that's the key about these overs, is that they just always look, these two are looking to score, always looking to score and looking to just bypass the fielders. So I think the teammates should look at these two and try to figure out that they can also try emulate this going forward, because if they can, they'll consistently be scoring, putting up 100 runs in T20 matches.
Set a wicket. There's a catch. There's an appeal for LBW. There's for a stumping, and none of which is given. So Nigeria tries hard to break this partnership, but not succeeding.
Yes, Giselle Ishimwe just standing tall there. With that, she missed it. Kathia actually missed it entirely. And yeah, it was a good ball from Sigbe, trying to bowl her around her legs, a la Shane Warne.
Spinners are doing their bit yet again. Shaver Sigby 16 balls and 11 runs just, and Desmond Mary 3 overs for 12 for 1. Now Katia Omaro dances down the track. Not won't get more than 2. A lot of running has to be done. Not able to find the boundary.
Well, and that's okay. Yes, the outfield is a little bit slow, but it's going to be slow for everyone. The important thing is they're rotating the strike. They're moving the scoreboard along. Remember after 6 overs, they only had 28 runs, and they kept on losing wickets. But these last 5 have been very crucial to this target. Oh no! Oh, run out opportunity, and it's an easy run out as Giselle managing to run herself out. It's that exuberance of looking for more runs, and now she is gone.
In fact,
wait, it's actually Katia.
Aro who's walking back. Yeah.
Is she taking one for the team?
Firmly towards square leg. Katia firmly hit it towards square leg. We saw Giselle Ishimwe running down for a quick single. But I think Ishimwe made it in. And that's why Katia Uwamaharo had to walk back. But
Sudarshan,
still
I actually think
players.
I think Nigeria just complained to the umpires that the batter who was supposed to be out is Giselle, as Katia was well in her crease when Giselle was run out. Katia choosing not to run down the wicket, and in that they lose their big hitter in Giselle Ishimwe. Now, Katia Uwamahoro will be joined by Sifa Ingabire. So a little bit of confusion, but the right answer has been achieved.
I think it will be interesting to see the replays yet again, because I thought that Katia Uwamaharo sacrificed herself, but as they might have probably realized that the bails might have been broken when the batters hadn't crossed. So that could 17 overs. Rwanda 90 for 5, and it's the big wicket of Giselle Ishimwe for 39. So no half century for her.
Yes, 39 of 40 balls.
Mary Desmond into her last over as Sifa Ingabire bunts it down for a single to get going, but that was a very horrible mix-up. And I think there was no calling, no yes, no no's. What happened was both the batters were at one hand shaking hands. One had to be sent back.
I like the shaking hands analogy. But it brings in a very handy batter who scored 52 runs in these 5 matches. That's Sifa Ingabire. And we see that with that ball that she's hit down to the long off boundary for a single. The stumps have been broken on the non-striker's end, but they come through for 2. And the batter there was Katia Uwamahoro.
I think what for Rwanda at this stage is Maro in the middle. She's been one to give them in the final overs. We've seen that in the last 2 games. Not really scoring big, but scoring it quick, and there goes the chance. Omonye Asika, what might have happened had she collected it better? In fact, it's favor Esigbi with the gloves. Could she have collected it better and whipped the bails off?
She's standing a little bit too far back as well. So it would take a very long time for her to take to stump, and it's making it a little bit hard. Misfield allows a single. So now for Kathia, who decided not to sacrifice herself, it's all on her. This total is on her for her nation. Can she help Rwanda get to 110, 115?
Quick single. Yeah, Katya Umaro has the ability to free get score freely. She's on 19 of 20, but I think she can strike it much better than what she is at the moment. There she shows us charges down against the spinner. This is in all probability the last over of spin for Nigeria because we are seeing favorite Sigby with the gloves, which means she won't ball. It's just 2 overs to go as Rwanda are 96 for the loss of 5 wickets. Player Spot is India's #1 gaming destination. Head over to the app, make a match-winning team, and with up to ₹5 crores daily. Hashtag Khela Kya. The link is in the description as we get ready for the final 2 overs of the third place playoff match. That's the first inning. Rwanda batting first after winning the toss. 96 for 5. Rachel Sampson will bowl her last over in this game. She bowled only 3 overs for 14 and got the more important wicket of Mari Dian Bimainimana. You think 110 should be enough?
I think so. I think it will be. I think it'll present a very competitive game for the neutral, but also a lovely challenge for Nigeria to try and break their highest score in this tournament. Not in forever, but in this tournament they've only gotten to about 106. Was it 102? 102.
It's favored Sigby, who's once again put the gloves away and taken the ball. A lot of glove exchanging going on as far as the wicket-keeping role is concerned. But more importantly, favored Sigby will bowl her 4th over in this match.
Yes, it's quite interesting that they didn't go to Rachel Sampson or Blessing and Tim, who have overs left.
Mone Asika with the gloves. She's a very handy batter, left-handed batter. Been opening the batting for the last 2 games. As Katia Uamaharo is back on strike, has a strike rate of 90.30 in her T20 year. Reliable player, admires Heather Knight, England.
At a minimum, the Rwanda should be aiming to at least get a single of every ball that's remaining. That minimum that they should be aiming for.
If you can get it like gap, more just single per delivery, but it's a running between the wickets. As a couple that brings up the hundreds for Rwanda.
It's massive milestone for Rwanda to get to. Psychological mark in this tournament has been around 100 runs. Now can they push on and pile on a little bit more pressure onto this Nigerian side?
Once again exploits the leg side. Only managed to hit it straight to the fielder. The debutant does really well, keeps it down 1. Excellent throw there from Omokobio Ofiande.
Yeah, Sifa was already on her way to a second run, but good arm from the debutant Omonko Bio.
And the dot ball in the favor of Sigby's spell. Rwanda, with 1 over left, are 101 for 5. Hundred for 5 after 19. We hope that you made your player spot fantasy teams for this game, as well as the one that will be in the afternoon local time in Rwanda. It's India's #1 gaming destination. Hashtag K+, the league is 19 overs in the third playoff match have been bowled so far. Rwanda batting first, 100 for 5. Katya Uamaharo, 23 of 24, holds the aces.
Sifan Gabira to face the first ball of the final over. Her job is to get to the other end in that first ball and let Katya Uamahoro lead this total further away from that 100 mark.
But I think at this point, Nigeria will be a real happy side. The score's just 100. Blessing a team. Katya Uamaharo takes the aerial route towards long on. It's a pity that it finds the fielder there. And they will come back for 2.
Yes, good running between the wickets from these two. Just Blessing and Tim has been very economical. She's only gone for 11 runs with 5 balls remaining. So Nigeria will be hoping that she just restricts this and does this over, doesn't go for too much.
Oh, that's well bowled.
Good,
very well bowled.
Balls are gold at this point in the match.
Blessing a team is into her last over, has gone for 11 and picked up a wicket as well. And was in the very first over that she struck to dismiss Diana Ishimwe, who was making a comeback in this game. Katya Uamaharo, 4 balls to go. How many more can she help Rwanda add? Charges down, takes the aerial route to the offside. And once again, it goes on the bounce. Salome Sunday does well, and they run 2. This is excellent running between the wickets.
Good cricket from Katya Uamahoro. She didn't sit and look to see if she was going to be caught. She hit it and she put her head down and ran. Sifa Ngabira doing really well, backing her up, making sure that at the danger end, which she was running to, that she made it in time.
Once again does that, charges down and connects it towards wide long on. The fielding has been excellent there, Salome Sunday. But I can't prevent the couple there. 106 for 5 now.
Good batting, good running from Katya Uamahoro, calling those 2s on their way to that 110 mark. Asking for a smidge of water. It's been very tough out there. It is looked quite hot. And yeah, so hopefully she'll get herself set for these final 2 balls of this innings.
Oh, beauty. That's aerial, and that has
Oh, great
gone to
fielding.
the fence, or has it? Well fielded once again.
That's fielding by Abdul Qadri. Really good running around the fence. That looked a certain boundary, but she saved 2 runs for her team. Rwanda now at their highest score in this tournament at 108 for 5. With 1 ball remaining, can they pierce that ceiling and take it closer to 110?
8 runs of this over so far. Final ball swished away to the onside. And this time the fielder there, the debutant, couldn't do much as Katia Uwamaharo ends on a high with a boundary. Rwanda end on 112 for 5 in their 20 overs.
Really good shot from Uwamahoro. This one's a lot squarer than the one that she got down to cow corner. And this time, Omongobio could not bring it in. Really hit with a ferocious power. And this one gets them to that 112 mark, which I think is possibly a winning score for this Rwandan side. Really good batting in the back end. Nigeria lost it towards that to from over probably 12 once that fourth wicket fell, and it just was all Rwanda from then on. Really good recovery for this Rwandan side.
On bed of roses, it's not like that. So many times we have cried, she has cried. So when the Jemima is getting the BCC award, we cried. The Malaysia tour where she was made to sing. We cried. She's getting the highest honor for 2 consecutive years like that.
So tell me, how did you get into coaching and coaching your daughter as well? What does that feel like?
Now, as far as coaching is concerned, it just happened. I also don't know how it happened. Jemima used to play the summer camps, MCA summer camp. Okay, and she was doing well in the MCA summer camp, but max she used to get 2 or 3 games because the girls' team are not very much there.
And I was selected as a medium pacer before I got selected as a batter. So, yeah.
So she used to do well, she used to bat well, bowl well. So 2 of the selectors or managers at that time, they just came up to me. Okay. One was Kanta ma'am and one was Meena ma'am. Both of them came and they told, why don't, if you're coaching your daughter, why don't you coach someone else? Okay, and it would be better if she gets a school to play. And there she will get many opportunities or tournaments to play. I was talking to my wife. Now what to do? So my wife told me, what to do? You are such a good cricketer. You only take over. So that is how I took over. And believe me or not, in the first year itself, in MSSA, we reached the finals. And it was neck to neck. We just lost because when 2 balls were remaining,
1 ball, 4 runs.
no, 2 balls, 4 runs were required. Okay, and Pooja Yadav, who was a Mumbai opener with her,
The opponent team.
she was in the opponent team. 9 wickets down. Jemima is bowling. Okay, and Azad Maidan, full crowded just to see this game. Everybody has stopped their game. Edge of the seat. Okay. So, means बाजू वाला जो पिच पे खेल रहे हैं उन लोग भी गेम स्टॉप करके ही going neck to neck. Okay. And the girl Pooja Yadav got a short pitch ball. She pulled the ball. Okay. It went to the mid wicket square leg fielder. Okay. She misfielded it. There was only 1 run. She misfielded it. Or there was no run, because if she would have taken 1 run, then the 10th wicket would have come on strike. So the moment she misfielded, they ran. Okay, this girl ran and everybody ran, but this girl took the ball who misfilled it, and she
kept
held her in
she
the
kept
hand.
it in her hand and she didn't throw it.
She did not know. She was so frightened. They ran 4 runs. They ran 4 runs and won the finals.
But it was like her first time girls playing, first experience of a final.
And we have reached the finals. I started in November. This game is in Feb.
So it was like, yeah.
It was like a wonderful beginning.
Wonderful beginning.
Then the journey started.
Then after that, St. Joseph's were champion.
St. Joseph's were like dreaded team. Like they were to first find out whom they are playing. If St. Joseph is there, means
So they were kind of the Rizvi Ruparals that are in college cricket here.
Yeah. Always crazy and passionate about cricket, and his aim was that what opportunity he missed, he wanted the sons to get that, and he was all out to teach them, train them.
Sons. Okay, not her.
She was a youngster. She was very small.
Oh, very small.
I was like, Dada's helper.
To get the ball.
Dada would only call me for fielding, but he's like, I'll give you batting. I'm like, batting, na chalo, I'll come like that. So I was like that. So I used to field for 2 hours for both of them. And then after only if I field, then I used to get to bat for 15 minutes. But I used to be very excited for that. So I used to go all out fielding and everything. So yeah.
But shifting to Bandra helped us because the crowds are there.
Big risk.
But risk factor was there. Because our classes was there.
We had well established, academically and in.
Our house was very big.
And in Bhanduk, our classes was number 1. Means business-wise, we were doing very, very well. And this was completely new. So, but I do not know. Somewhere there was a peace within us. Both of us, we collectively took a decision and said, okay, for our own purpose, no, but for the future of our kids, let's do it. So that was the big step that we took in faith. And we shifted to Bangalore. Now, like, my Bhanduk house is quite spacious. It's around
700 square feet.
700 square feet.
It's 1 plus 1, 350 square feet down and 350 square feet up. It's a big, like a rectangle.
It's a big house.
We used to play cricket inside.
So I said Bandra is a good area and all, fine lake and all. And one of Amin's prayer group leader, he helped us with the house and all. And he was saying, yeah, it's all nice and then I'll do the interiors and all. I was just wanting to do, and I was very inquisitive where we are going, where we will be shifting, and he had seen the place and come, he's saying it's very nice. I said, okay, I would at least want to see it once. Like, I should know. People are asking me, all are shifting, where we are shifting. So he took me to the place and all. And then I enter the house and all people are working. Like, the cementing work is going on. And I said, okay, Ivan, from here, where do I go? No, this is the place. I said, what? And I just walked out. I cried. Literally, it's not even 120 square feet. And I'm saying, where is that? And you're saying, so spacious.
And 5 people have to stay.
5 people have to stay. Okay, me and the kids. I just walked out and said, I'm not coming over here. And he's saying, no, Lavita, you look through my eyes. This is quite spacious. It's very nice. So then, but I knew, like, as I told you, there was a peace and a faith which told me that, okay, we are going to better place. And then I just made a small prayer and I said, God, you have told me that you will make me settle on my own place, own grounds. So now I trust you. And then I told him, I'm sorry, Ivan, that I spoke like this, but you do up this place. Once it is ready, I will step in. And believe me, he did everything, the interiors, and I think, like, even after marriage, we did not do so much of shopping for the house that he did. And then when I entered, I was so happy. I mean, like, suddenly the room looked so big. And at night when I prayed, like, he was on my right side, he was sleeping, and my kids on my left. And I said, God, what more do I need? I have a shelter above me and I can peacefully see them. I have no regrets. So that was my experience, and after that I have no regrets at all. I mean, even now we are staying in the same place, and of course the adjacent room also is ours today. But I knew that if it was God's hand, He would, and He has blessed us.
But in this small room, now if I minus another 20 square feet for the wardrobe, so in 100 square feet, in the 10 by 10 area, sofa in front, okay, I used to sit down, give her knockings. That is where she mastered a covered rice. People ask, how did you master your covered rice? This is how. Don't say that there is no space. You have to make space. I would tell every kid who's watching this. People say, tell me, sir, मेरा घर बहुत छोटा है. कुछ छोटा नहीं है. It's where there is a will, there is a way. This is what I want to do. So she used to practice. Lavita used to take chadar.
I used to, pack myself with pillows because
The plastic ball.
if you get it's really red.
So Mama used to sit like that and like.
I wanted to be there also, and at the
She
same
also
time
wanted
not
to see
be
also.
there.
Only her eyes could be seen like this.
But I used to watch. I wanted to be a part of everything, whatever my kids did, And the training was for all the three.
And the training was very strict.
Very strict. And somewhere I felt
She
that
was
I
the
should
savior
be
for
there.
them. She was the savior for them.
Because I had to stop him like, okay, you're training fine, don't beat them.
Because if the leg does not move, if the footwork does not take place, they hide it from me. It was like that.
So this is the long answer to the question: who is the stricter parent?
So it is. See, when technique is concerned, I was very, very, very strict.
Where discipline in the house was concerned about their speech, studies, that was my department.
Even today, when she becomes out, and she has become out by some wrong technique, she will ask, Mama, first she'll call her Mama, how is Dada?
No, I won't call her the Dada. Dada will call me. I'll delay it as much as possible because I know that day I'm going to get from Dada.
It's technically wrong if she has.
But most of the time, I'm the punching.
But if a good ball takes a wicket, no problem. Technically wrong, if you're playing and losing a wicket, then I get upset.
But Dada has become much better than what he was before. Before it was scary, like literally very scary. But now over the years he started understanding, and then Mama used to tell him, okay, she's not getting out on purpose. It's like it's happening that everyone makes. And now Dada has become more understanding, and he understands. Okay, my daughter won't purposely go and give a wicket. Okay, but yes, when he has to correct me, he will correct me. But yeah, apart from
So we know her as what we see on the cricket field. She's kind of the energy bringer to the field, or on social media she's the happy girl. If you are kind of down, you look at her profile and recharge. But how is she at home, like away from the camera, away from the glare? What is Jemima the person?
As such, I don't think there's any difference. She's a live wire. Even the family is very happy when she is there. I always say, she's the noise of the house. And when she is there, even the brothers are excited. They are energetic. She has that live wire, as I say, even in the family gatherings. Whenever she comes, like everyone is excited. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't have, feelings and emotions. She is very expressive, but she chooses where she has to express herself. And sometimes she doesn't want me also or him to be disturbed for what she's going through. But then somewhere the eyes of the mom cannot, she cannot hide anything. So there are times where I herself, I call her and tell, I think there's something you need to talk, So then she waits for the right time, and then we are just to give her a listening ear. Once she's out with it, then she feels that, okay, maybe there's no solution. But since she has emptied herself, then she is ready for the next thing. She forgets it and then she bounces back. So I really admire that. She bounces back and she comes back stronger. So that's one thing, very mature of her. And at home, she is not Jemima the cricketer or a celebrity.
Right.
Errands, she has to go down. It's not that. Even the boys.
Even she has a turn to go down.
Yeah.
The boys will not go down. If it is their turn, they will go down.
They will go. So
Otherwise, to
that's
buy
scary.
eggs, to get that pav, kadak pav.
No, even till today, I go and get bread and milk and everything. My brother hey, go na, please. I have work, I have this and that. I go, then I have to go there. Yeah.
So everybody, when they meet, "Arey, baby, kashi hai?" Kadi alis tu.
Yeah, down the people.
Everyone will, yeah.
Welcome back to this third place game between Nigeria and Rwanda in the Kwibuka T20 Tournament. We saw Rwanda bat first and post 112 for 5 thanks to a late order hitting by Katya Uenoharo, who scored 55 not out of 30. She played her hand in the run out of Giselle Isimbe, who scored 39 but then did well to pull Rwanda to a score they should be really confident of defending. And Nigeria openers Omone Africa at the non-strikers end, and it's Kehinde Abdul Kadri to take. And it's a wide swing off. But 112 that Rwanda should be confident of defending in order to finish third in this T20 tournament, which while Nigeria, they will really need to bat well and bat big. Kehinde Abdul Kadri is back in the side today. That is a very big wide, and that is the ritual continues. And I have with me Mpho Mutluane on commentary. Welcome back, Mpho.
Thank you very much, Sudarshan. Interesting start for Muhawe Nimana. I will get it right sometime. For Immaculate. Just a wide ball there.
And those are the first runs of the bat. A nice little flick. Oh dear, what was that fielding effort? We'll get back to it, but should be a couple. And it is a couple indeed. Kehinde Abdul Kadri gets off the mark with that couple.
From the first shot she played, it kind of looked like she looked very comfortable here at opening the batting for Nigeria.
Oh, lovely ball. Kehinde Abdul Kadri had no answer to it, but she should do well because her sister Taiwo Abdul Kadri is also a Nigerian cricketer. She's a leading wicket taker, in fact, for Nigeria, not part of this tournament, of course, but getting a game after some time now, Kehinde. Nicely pushed to the offside.
Good running there. Quick single taken. Good calling.
Omone Africa, the left-handed batter. She kept wickets for some overs in the first inning. And been a busy customer otherwise. Couldn't get going the last game. It was yesterday, the second semi-final. The first semi-final, in fact.
Oh, good
this
ball
is something
from
that she's struggling with.
Nimana.
A ball that comes.
Just tailing into the left-hander, not giving her enough room to swing across the line, and just a little bit of an appeal, but it did pitch outside leg.
It's something that Omone Africa struggles with. Look at that. Beautifully ball. In the Immaculate Muhawenimana is runner free after taking that wicket, and Omone Africa rushes off the field. First wicket down.
Yes, a beauty of a ball. Getting that in swinger to the left-hander. You saw it with the ball that Abdul Kadri played for a single. She was getting that hint of swing away, but this time causing problems for the left-hander and having no room to play that ball at all. She was stuck inside her crease, and a peach from Muhawenimana. Nigeria find themselves 4-1.
PlayerSpot is India's number one gaming destination. Make a match-winning team on the app and win up to rupees 5 crores daily. Hashtag Kelakya. And we see a promotion for Salome Sunday as Sifa Ingabire gets ready to have a ball.
This is going to be quite interesting. Sifangabire being given the new ball. Straight to the fielder at backward point. They were looking for a single. Salome Sunday disappointed in her strike partner, not wanting that single, even though it did go to the right of that fielder. You also want to put pressure on the fielding side, and so a little bit of a disappointment from Salome. Another one cut down to the offside to that fielder back at backward point. Still, this time, no idea, no consideration of a run. Three dot balls in a row, accumulating the pressure is Sifangabire.
Defended nicely.
It's good to build pressure up front at the top, just restricting Nigeria for anything. Don't give them anything free at this time.
Change in line means that Kehinde Abdul Kadri gets this one away. And it's the first runs of Sifa Ingabire is bowling, but it's a good start. Good start for Rwanda defending 112. Salome Sunday takes guard and gets off the mark with a nice little shot down the ground. It was so well timed that the chasing fielder felt that she was in the chase, but ball teasing her away into the fence.
It was a healthy edge, and it raced down the ground. It seems like there's a slope there to that end of the ground, but good batting from Salome, risk-free shot as there is no slip, and 4 runs ensue. Nigeria go up to 9 for 1.
Nine for 1 after 2. Actually, Mohavinimana. It's really been accurate. But she bowled those couple of in-swingers into Omoni Asika. Even the last game, we saw Omoni not being really comfortable with the ball that comes in. She couldn't tuck it away. And today, one ball she almost got wrapped on the bag, and the next ball she was clean bowled. So excellent bowling from Immaculate Mohavinimana.
Bowling really well, just getting that offside, that packed offside of fielders involved early on in her spell.
Pushed away nicely.
Love how she,
Salome Sunday,
love
one
how she bowls
of
it very.
those players who impressed in bits. They just need to carry on. She's, of course, Nigeria's leading run scorer this season, but she really needs to carry on for a longer time.
Yeah, but Abdul Kadri playing that one really nicely. But that ball from, I'm loving the length from Mohavinimana. She's giving it enough time to swing, and by bowling it very full. It's interesting that Abdul Qadri is still trying to cut the ball, even though there is slip fielder there. It's a very dangerous shot to play, especially outside the off stump. But Mohaweni Man is giving her nothing, so she has to resort to this.
Once again, going for the drive, inviting the drive with the length. No? Kahinde Abdul Qadir not managing to get bat to ball at all.
Down the leg side this time with a bat on ball there, or pad on ball actually.
Eleven for one after three. And the Salome Sunday got off the mark in a streaky fashion last over. Nigeria's leading run getter this tournament, the Kwibuka T20 Tournament. Bowls well. You see that Sifa Ingabire's bowling action before she starts to bowl. She rolls her left arm over. Interesting. Look at that. Interesting bowling action. Which are some of the other
very interesting bowling action.
Unusual actions you can recall?
Oh, wow. Not off the top of my head, because this one is just amazing. You know, get lefty going, then you come and get your righty going. But I think it also helps with her rhythm, just to give her timing and allow her to get into rhythm. The great thing about cricket is you can do whatever you want as long as you feel comfortable.
Yeah, at this point, I can recall Ellis Perry's bowling action. She has a couple of jogs at the start of a run up before she actually starts running. So that is one of the things I can recall. But this is interesting. It's almost as if she can bowl left-handed as well.
That's something that I'd hope her coaches are working with her on, to be ambidextrous, because that would create a massive problem for batters going forward if she could bowl with both hands.
That's nicely swept away, and I think it'll be another boundary for Salome Sunday as she firmly places it through backward square leg. 17.
It's a beautiful shot from Salome Sunday down to the leg side. Really good ball. Just straying in her line is Ngabire, and Sunday picking it up. End of that over, 17 for 1.
Heather Knight, Amy Jones, Tammy Beaumont, Mithali Raj, Jhulan Goswami, Harmanpreet Kaur, everybody will be in action next week in the one-off test match between England and India. As Margaret Vumilia is brought into the attack. So do tune into the out shows on match days as well as on Monday when we preview the test clash. The Indian squad analysis is also on the way. So lots of cricket content coming your way on the Women's Cricket Zone platform.
Good start for Vermilia. Balls are important here, and yeah, she has Abdul Qadri searching for the ball outside the off stump.
Not much turn yet for Emilia Margaret. Bowled well this tournament. Again, we are seeing different.
She's continuing that vein of form.
Yesterday they were happy to have 2 overs of Emilia Margaret in the power play. That's played well. She's found the gap. Might not run away for the boundary.
But still rotating the strike, just easing the pressure a little in an over where Vermillion started with 4 dot balls. Wide one down the leg side, struggling with control on that last one. Can she just end this over on a high? And this one pierces the inner field all the way to the backward point boundary.
Well, it's tossed up. There was enough width, and Kehinde Abdul Qadri going back and finding the gap backward of point on the offside. That ends the over on a high. 5 overs gone. Nigeria are 24 for 1. Belis Murakatete into the attack now. The last over of the power play.
She's taken 2 wickets so far in 4 matches. A best of 2 for 6. So she'll be hoping to add on to a little bit more of that. Some lovely pace to start off with. Something that Abdul Qadri wants to get onto. It's actually Salome Sande who want to get onto that. Use that pace off the bowler to try and get more boundaries.
Once again on a length. She's begun well, hasn't she? Belis Murakatete. Hasn't been a regular, but she's managed to start lead. Namibia have looked the side apart in this tournament. They clearly looked the dominant amongst all. They will be facing Kenya in the final a couple of hours from now at this very venue at the Gahanga International Cricket Stadium. What will happen, you think, if South Africa and Namibia were to contest in a T20 at the moment?
I think it'll be slightly one-sided because the South African women's team has had a very good period of late, as you will have all seen in India earlier this year, and also them beating Pakistan. But very good for Namibia to come up against a world-class opposition like that, to kind of give them a gauge as to where they are, especially if they're looking to qualify for the World T20. So I think, look, we are neighbors, so we can organize it, and I think it should happen. It would be really good for Namibian cricket. I think on the men's side, the men's team have gone to Namibia. We had an emerging men's tour in Namibia, and it was really good to help Namibia's men's team get themselves ready for World T20 qualifiers as well.
We also saw the South African emerging team go to Zimbabwe last month. So that is also one of the women's team. It was one of the actions that was on last month. So this is a good start from Beles Murakatit. Just a single that too from a wide. Here's it on a length.
Oh,
this
what a
time,
shot!
Finally, Salome Sunday managed to find the gap.
That's just all timing. It was too hot coming off the bat. As I said, use the pace of the bowler, and it hit a divot in the ground for that fielder, extra cover, who made a valiant attempt, but it was laced with fire. 4 more runs.
What will Murakatit do next? Because 5 balls bowled all on a length. Hit the 5th one through the gap. Once again, trying to hit it on the up. Unsuccessful there, Salome Sunday. That ends the power play for Nigeria, who are 29 for 1. Need 84 more from 84 balls. Player Spot is India's #1 gaming destination. Make your match-winning team on the Player Spot app and win up to rupees 5 crores daily. #KhelaKya. Salome Sunday is someone you'll do well to have in your side. 13 of 12. That's it nicely from. Oh, has Salome Sunday made it in?
No, she has not.
Short of the ground.
What a needless single to take. Very, very quick running and good glove work from Sarah Uwera at the striker's end, but just a needless single to take. And now Nigeria put themselves in under even more pressure with that run out. Marguerite Vermillion was the fielder at extra cover, was the bowler there, and a run out by Diana Shimwe in conjunction with Sarah Uwera. So now that brings in Blessing Atim. Nigeria, we're hoping that she will hang around with Abdul Qadri and try and get this innings going. It hasn't moved that well so far, with the power play having just concluded a ball ago.
Salome Sunday was giving the impetus to that innings, wasn't she, with a 13 of 12, and once again she falls short.
Vermilion giving it a bit of flight there, just above the eye line. Blessing and Tim couldn't get onto that ball and get back onto that ball, so no run. This one's outside the off stump, pierces the inner field, but because we're no longer in the power play, you can have a sweeper out in the deep for a single.
Blessing at him hasn't really fired much in this tournament.
Ooh, defensive stroke there, just to push the ball out of the danger area from Abdul Qadri. Sudarshan, do you think she now needs to take the mantle, just like Kathia did in the first innings, and just try and take Nigeria home from here?
Kehinde Abdul Qadri struggled to get going, so she's been there for over 4 overs, 25 balls. So I think she should get busier. Blessing at
good
him
ball
there, and she
outside the
should
off
guide
stump.
the youngster. Player spot is India's #1 gaming decision. Make sure your team's ready ahead of the matches on the Player Spot app, and you could win up to rupees 5 crores every day. Hashtag yeah.
Belize Murakatete resuming with a wide. Powerful drive from Blessing and team. Can't pierce the field, but they come through for a quick single. The one thing Nigeria will be comfortable with and happy with is that Rwanda were in a similar position when in their innings, and they managed to get the most out of the middle overs to get them to this. So it's not out of reach for them.
It is indeed, because you can sense that it's just one partnership that will get Nigeria back on track. We saw that against, I think, Rwanda, if I'm not mistaken, when Nigeria had a 50 odd run partnership. It was Blessing Etim and Salome Sunday. So it's been a matter of one big partnership that takes the side through. And that is something that these two are very well capable of.
Oh, that's a wide one for Murakatete. Abdul Qadri was looking for the single, but Blessing and Tim says, we already gotten the one. We don't need to be greedy for the other one.
But I'm massively disappointed in Salome Sunday. She began so well. She looked to be almost comfortable. And of all the ways to get dismissed, she gets run out.
That could have been called a wide by the umpire. That was really close to that wide line.
But I really want to see the replay of Salome Sunday's wicket again, just to find out who was the caller there. Because was she keen? Was she not keen? Was it Hinde Abdul Qadri's call? Love to see that from close quarters yet again.
It's actually very interesting because traditionally the ball going to cover, to extra cover or deepish cover, the striker is the one who calls it because they're running to the danger end, as that non-striker's end is where it's closer to the fielder. But they managed to get the ball to the non-striker's end. And so I also would like to see that replay to see if maybe Salome thought that Abdul Kadri was the one in trouble, but it ended up being her. Murakatete is now starting to get some dot balls going for her team in this over. This one tails in, and a little bit of an appeal, but the umpire's not interested, and it's another dot ball to close out that over. It is 34 for 2 after 8. Was that close?
Then we look at another look at that LBW shout. But I think the key is the umpire could see all the 3 stumps, isn't it? Hit a front pad, which was well outside leg.
Vermilia resuming again. Abdul Kadri getting that out to wide long on for a single. Nine runs off in her spell, 1 ball into her third. Down the leg side, and Blessing Atim obliges with a pull shot behind square. It will roll all the way to the plantation for 4 runs.
It's a lovely shot, isn't it? It was a poor ball, deserved to be punished, and Blessing Atim really obliges, gets down on a knee, pulls it backward off square on the leg side, and has enough for it to go to the fence. 39 for 2. 8.2 Nigeria.
And this could be the catalyst. Could this be the catalyst to Darshan for Nigeria?
You'd want to believe it, won't you? Because Nigeria are still in the game. It's 74 of 69 balls now. So you'd want one of these, and it has to be Blessing Atim because she has the experience. She's been there long enough in the Nigerian setup as well. We want this pair to take it as close as possible.
That's wide and hit handsomely through the offside, all the way to the fence at deep cover. I'm not sure if it ricocheted off of a fielder, but it's 4 runs nonetheless to Blessing Atim. As we speak about experience, she's showing it.
I think it was almost a catch, wasn't it? She should have taken it.
It was a drop chance.
But instead, yeah, indeed. And instead, it's another boundary for Blessing Atim, and the runs go into Margaret's economy.
Yes, more blessings for Blessing, and dot ball to close that one out. But really good for Nigeria. This is the over they were looking to get. 2 fours and a single, 9 with 1 ball remaining. Well, that 1 ball will still remain because it is a wide. Nigeria of the last 5 overs have been scoring at a run rate of 6.2. Really needed right now for the men, or the ladies from West Africa. And they take 2 to close out that over. It is 12 off of that over and 46 for 2 at the
PlayerSport is India's #1 gaming destination. Sign up on the app and win 100% cashback on your first deposit. #KhelaKya. The link is in the description below. As we see a change in bowling, Alice Ikuzwe into the attack.
Alice Ikuzwe has taken 4 wickets in this tournament. So Sarah Uwera looking to her wicket takers to figure out a way to break this partnership and stem the run flow. So I'm played out to the offside by Abdul Kadri. There is a fielder at third man, but they managed to come through for 2.
Abdul Kadri slowly starting to find her feet, isn't it? She was stuck almost, but this was a well-played shot. Using the pace, choosing her vacant spot in the field and getting a couple of runs.
Yes, I think she enjoys pace a lot, and so it helps her, but then she misses one outside the off stump, played it very late.
That Kehinde Abdul Kadri is stuck on 17 of 30 balls. Doesn't really look bad because Nigeria are scoring at over a 5 and over, and that is largely to do with her partners.
Straight to the fielder backward point. Did they take the single? No, they didn't. They turned it down. So Kehinde Abdul Kadri getting bat on ball, but it's not enough to effect a run.
They're down to her partners in Salome Sunday, who look good, who look busy, who hit the boundaries, and now Etim Blessing. It hasn't impacted Nigeria as negatively as it could have otherwise.
Off the back foot, finally past that field at backward point. There is a sweeper at cover point, and they managed to run through for 2. Good running from Blessing Etim, identifying that she was going to the danger and putting in just a bit of a sprint towards the end to take this total to 50.
It's been a good start. Good start to this over from Kehinde Abdul Kadri, managing to find the gap twice of Ikuzwe.
Straight a line driven down the ground. Long on has to come around a very long way. I'm still perplexed as to why long on is very wide, but easy single there for Nigeria.
I think the fact that the batters eye the mid-wicket region more than the straight spot has forced Rwanda to have a wide-ish long on than a straightish one. Because we see the cross-batted shots more, we see the attempted cross-batted shots more. Could be the reason.
This one's up in the air and it lands safely and will roll to the fielder at long on for a single. As you were speaking about the cross-batted shot, Blessing Etim brings it out of her locker. End of that over, 51 for 2.
62 for 2 after 10. Make sure you've made your player spot fantasy teams for the next game as well. Start just under a couple of hours. The final of the Kwibuka T20 Tournament. Namibia will take on in the title clash. The third place playoff going on here. Meanwhile, 61 needed of the last 10 for Nigeria.
Speaking of the final, while we wait for the bowler to get ready, is it a fait accompli that Namibia are going to win this, or does Kenya have a chance?
Very good question. Very interesting one. I just think it could be one of the games of the tournament. Both stars, get back to it.
Henrietta Shimwe starting off with a slower delivery out of the back of the hand, just a loopy trajectory to Blessing a Tim for no run.
Both teams are quite evenly matched, aren't they? Namibia, we see how strong their batting is, but Kenya, they can bat well as well.
Ishimwe on the money this time, but a team very classily plays it down to the leg side and it takes the quick single.
And that is why I think Kenya's best chance, or one of the title, could be to bat first. Because once they put a score in excess of 110, that scoreboard pressure that we're all talking about might play on Namibia.
This one outside the off stump, no run. It's actually very fascinating that in these knockout games, the team that's batted first has come out to win, and also come out to set a score of over 100, and the teams batting second have struggled. But obviously Nigeria are going to be looking to break that in this game. Down the leg side, an LBW appeal. Umpire says not out. And Henrietta Shimwe just goes back to her mark, a little bit angry at the umpire because she thought that was out.
But then Nigeria have a good chance of changing the record that you spoke of.
Yes, they do, especially with a shot like that, straight to that cover point sweeper. Single. But I like how Abdul Kadri is understanding that she needs to get Blessing a Tim on strike, and so all she's doing is she's looking to get to the other end. Is that an edge? Does it look like an edge? No, it is not. End of that over. 54 for 2. Looks like we're having a bowling change. It is Marie Diane Bimenyimana. Played 30 matches, has taken 29 wickets for Rwanda. Right arm off. Her medium pacer there. A little bit of a mix-up in the field, enabling a single.
Right. I think the batting from teams have gotten better and better as the tournaments progress. We're seeing more scores in excess of 100. There's also a fact that the chasing teams are not really doing well.
Short over the fielder at a short mid wicket, and they'll take a single. Very risky there, but they've actually managed to come through for two. So good running from the Nigerians.
I think Blessing a team might have had her heart in her mouth there. But I think if any team can kind of chase this total down, it should be Nigeria because they failed once, they've succeeded once, so they have been there, they have done that. It was almost the way they sneaked in to the semi-final.
Oh, outside the off stump, and that just missed the off stump by a hair. What a ball from Bimenyimana. It stayed low, and Blessing and Tim hit all above that one, but just for both of them, nothing happened, and so just creating a little bit of drama here at the Gahanga International Stadium. Oh, Bimenyimana straight on that off stump. She's not moving there, not giving a Blessing a team any room to swing that heavy bat of hers.
Nigeria chased down 107 of almost the penultimate ball in that last league game.
This one, a team opens up a front foot down too deep mid wicket. Just a single.
That is why I feel that if any team can gun the total down, it has to be Nigeria. It was really good to see the way they chased then against Botswana. Got too close for comfort in the end stages to get over.
This one down the leg side, a bit of a misfield, just helping the batters get through for two. So good running from Nigeria. They are not just settling for one; they're looking for the second, which is something that is really impressive and really good to see. End of that over, 58 for two.
Player Spot is India's #1 gaming destination. अपने hashtag खेला क्या? Download the app from the link given in the description and stand a chance to win up to ₹5 crores every day.
Henriette Shimwe resuming, and this one's played out to the offside for a single. The score will now go up to 61.
Who are some of the seam bowlers in the women's game that you are excited to watch, or who do you like specifically?
I like my two South Africans in Shabnim Ishmael and Ayabonga Kaka. I'm a big fan of Julian Goswami because of her height. It's like it comes down with fire from that height. Yeah, I think those are. I used to be a fan of Anya Shrubsole. This one straight to the fielder at short extra cover. No run taken there. Another dot. I think those are the fast bowlers. I think Sutherland from Australia. I think she's young and she bowled at the World Cup. I loved her. This one down the leg side, easy single for Abdul Qadri to get off strike. Sudarshan, I'm actually a fan of spin bowling. So for me, Poonam Yadav is the best bowler in the women's game. That is my favorite player in the game. Actually, I love Punam Yadav and what she does with the ball.
Really tosses it up, doesn't she? Yes, successful T20
Oh.
bowler, most successful.
Down the offside, a little bit of an appeal, and is that the end of that over? No run there for the last one, 62 for 2.
$62 for 2
Nigeria
after
having a
13.
bit of a,
Maridan Umainimana continues. Meanwhile, head over to the Player Spot app and stand a chance to win up to rupees 5 crores every day. Hashtag Khela Kya.
Rwanda are searching for the wicket, but they'll take an over like they did the last one, where it was 2 runs. But this one gets with Abdul Kadri playing it out to cover point for a single. If you can restrict the amount of boundaries Nigeria gets, Rwanda can have a semblance of control towards for the last 7 overs. This one pulled out to that wideish long on, who makes a meal out of that long barrier stop, and that creates another single. Our coaches told us not to run off misfields, but T20 cricket has taught us that actually it's one of the only few ways we could actually get extra runs.
I don't think Mari Bhimanivana will be happy with that effort from her fellow seamer.
Oof, that's a beautiful swing. She's getting the ball to swing away from the right-hander, which is really lovely to watch.
7.54 is the required run rate. It's slowly climbing up, but these two have added a good partnership. 35 so far.
A little bit wide for Blessing and Tim there. It's tailing away. I'd want Blessing to just take a few steps down just one step down the wicket and start a guard from there, because I think she'll then connect with the ball a little bit better as it sings away as it gets to her.
You look at what Blessing Atim's doing. She's trying to make room and hit it over the offside, but she's not probably accounting for the outswing that Diana Bhimanivana is getting there. And that means that she's almost always swishing at wild air.
And it's very dangerous because there's fielders in the covers who could probably get that catch that one. Very quick single there. Drama at the non-strikers end. Bhimanivana wasn't backing up, but it is the end of that over. 65 for 2 after 14. Bit of a strangle here for Rwanda in these last 2 overs, just slowing down this Nigerian effort. Ishimwe resuming and gets a dot ball to begin with. wide outside the off stump, swing and a miss for Blessing and Tim. As you said, Sudarshan, she's looking to give herself room. She's not taking account for the outswing. And the bowlers are seemingly having the rub of the green so far over her.
Getting stuck a bit, 21 of 28.
Finally, she gets back onto ball and it rolls all the way down to that backward point boundary. Really good 4 runs, a much needed 4 runs for Nigeria.
Lovely stroke, isn't it? Finally managing to connect one. Hit it aerially and just a bit of shimmy down the track, converting a good length ball into a full ball and slicing it over point for another boundary. That's a lovely looking shot from Blessing a Tim. Nigeria moved to 70 for 2.
Really important Blessing a Tim right now for Nigeria. Oh my word, off stump is gone. Blessing a Tim trying to sweep a ball that was headed for her off stump, missed it entirely, and Nigeria lose their 3rd wicket.
That was a nothing shot from Blessing a Tim, especially after she did what she did in the previous ball. It was never a ball to sweep. She could have at best tried flicking it, but that was a weird shot, leaving the off stump exposed and sees it knocked back. That ends the 41-run partnership as Blessing a Tim walks back for 25. Nigeria are 70 for 3.
That was a shot that required a straight bat as we watch Esther Sandy come to the crease. She's played 39 matches for Nigeria, has scored 266 runs with a high score of 40. Nigeria are gonna need her to get close to that high score today to give them a chance of getting through. Abdul Kadri, as you've seen, has struggled to get boundaries. All she's been able to do is get her senior partners in terms of matches to the other end. But Nigeria really need Esther Sandy to stand up today. And Shimwe on the money. First up to the new batter. She's taken her 5th wicket that helps her move in this tournament, that helps her move up her 8th wicket in the tournament that helps her move up the wicket takers ladder in this tournament. Single down the ground to close out that 15th over, 71 for 3.
Player Spot is India's #1 gaming destination. Play fun games on the Player Spot app and win up to ₹4 daily. #Khela Kya. Use the link in the description to download the app and get into the game.
Bimenyimana resuming her 3rd over. It's a easy single down behind square for Nigeria.
I think it's slowly getting to a stage where Nigeria are starting to lose grip on the game. 41 needed of 29 balls. And the new batter at the crease as well.
You'd think they'd be a little bit more riskier with the fact that they've got 7 wickets in the hut and less than 5 overs to go. It should probably give them a license to try and look for boundaries. Edge asked by the Bimenyimana umpire says no as Abdul Kadri swings and misses at a wide one.
I think it's time for Abdul Kadri to step up. 26 of 44. She's there from ball one. I think it's time for her to consciously start finding the boundary ropes.
Well, she's got a lovely touch and soft hands. That one goes to third man for a single, 73 for 3. But there's no power there, Stash.
I think she needs to find the gaps, even if there's no power. She can, because we've seen that once the ball crosses that 23-yard circle, the batters are more than happy to get back to for the second run. So they can still get there using the running between the wickets.
White ball called, another extra to the total.
Such extras will also help in that sense, because 39 out of 26 balls, the way that Nigeria can think of inching forward is first by reducing the number of dot balls.
This one straight to the fielder at cover. A single was taken and Sandy makes it in. Over the inner fielder. That's a beautiful cover drive. Should get 2 for this one. And end of that over. The stranglehold continues for Rwanda. 77 for 3 after 16. Nigeria need 30 of 25. 36 of 24. $77 for 3. The required run rate has now gone up to 9 and over with 4 overs to go. Rwanda in complete control of Nigeria's run chase. Henrietta Shimwe, it's outside the off stump, hit straight to the fielder at mid-off, and a single taken as Bimenyimana slips.
Which camp would you rather be at this point of the game? 36 of last 4. Is it safe to say that Rwanda are bossing this game?
Yes, they've got complete control over Nigeria's run chase, as this one's offside. A bit of a misfield will just enable them to take an easy single. Sudarshan, it's the time for boundaries. It's not the time for singles. And the only problem is Nigeria are just dealing in singles right now.
Yeah, and we're seeing that Kehinde Abdul Kadri.
Esther Sandy lofts it up in the air, and a valiant attempt by Bimenyimana is dropped. Single will be taken, but an opportunity gone begging for Rwanda.
That would have been one of the catches of the tournament, wouldn't it? She came forward, she got to the ball, but should have hung on there, and it's a chance gone begging, as you said, 80 for 3.
Abdul Kadri manages to push it out to that fielder at cover for a single. The total goes up to 81 for Nigeria. Still not good enough. Every time you take a single, the required run rate creeps up slowly but surely. Boundaries are needed to bring it down. Full and straight to Bimenyimana at extra cover for a single.
I think Nigeria should break it down. We saw the first innings that Rwanda managed to get 12 of the last over. So you can expect at least 10 to 12 in the final over. So you can minus that. So they need to get 19 in another 13 and they should be comfortable. So that could be one of the ways forward.
Oh, that's a way bad ball. It came out the hand very wrong and will have to be bowled again.
Break it down to 5 ball, 10 ball segments. That's how they can do Nigeria.
So for
They require 30 and 19.
It's down the leg side, a bit of an appeal, but they run through for that one. So they've taken a single of every ball in this over, plus the wide, so 7 off of that. Still not good enough, but it's a start to try and get close. End of the 17th.
Player Spot is India's #1 game destination. Play fun game, Player Spot app and win up to ₹5 crores every day. #Khela Kya. As we see, Nigeria need 29 in 18.
Massive over this. Bimenyimana ball the 18th. Nigeria need to find a way to get more than 15 runs this over. And it starts off with a wicket. Leg stump has been dislodged as Abdul Qadri looking to sweep a ball down the leg side, misses it entirely and gets castled.
She was under pressure, wasn't she? 31 of 49. She had to get a move on. And in a way, to do that, she chose one of the worst shots she probably could have against a seamer, trying to sweep it, misses it completely and lose. Nigeria lose their 4th, 84 for 4.
And what made this wicket ever so special for Bimenyimana was the length. The length is forcing Nigeria not to play those flat batted shots, but to play straight batted shots back down the ground. And Abdul Qadri falling into the trap and losing her off stump. The new batter is Oseyonde Omonkobio, the debutante today, getting an opportunity in the 3rd place playoff with Nigeria 84 for 5.
I think Nigeria have placed a lot of hope on Omokobio Osiande because they sent her ahead of Fosa Joy and Favour Sigby and Agatha Obulor. We need 29 of 17.
She got bat on ball first up, straight to the backward point field. A quick single taken as Esther Sandy, the senior player, bringing her in.
You can see why that
run rate
move to send before the Favour Sigby and Fosa Joy was intent right from ball 1. The quick single, couldn't get it through the gap, but the intent there.
Up in the air, behind square. There is no fielder there. Can it make it? It does. Great shot from Esther Sandy. That's what Nigeria needed. A boundary to get themselves back into this. It's still a long way to go, but it's still a good shot.
Yeah, really, it was almost in a streaky fashion. She charged down. What a thickish outside edge, but it was over there in that backward point. That's very important and it's a very good start. 5 runs already of the first 3 balls in this over.
See what Bimenyimana is going to do here. Beautiful response from Bimenyimana, just getting that ball to tail away. Esther Sandy looking to get to the pitch the ball, but it's not working out for her that time.
Trying to be overly aggressive was Esther Sandy there, once again charging down the track.
Bimenyimana gets it to Sandy and gets another wicket in this over. Sandy plays it easily to Sifa Ngabire at mid off for another wicket. Nigeria 86, 89 for 6.
The intentions were clear, but not the execution. Esther Sandy trying to take the aerial route would miscuse it to mid off. And it's now coming apart for Nigeria, who lost their 5th wicket for 89.
Mana with an over that is befitting a match winner. Those 2 wickets really helping her team. To think that she went into this game not having wickets in this tournament and comes out with 2. This one down the leg side. No run there. Over. Nigeria are 89 for 5.
Player Spot is India's #1 gaming destination. Sign up on the app and get a 100% cash back on your first deposit. The link is in the down description below. You can also follow all the action and news from the world of women's cricket on the Women's Cricket Zone app.
The new batter, Agatha Obilor, to face her first ball against Muhawenimana. Immaculate Muhawenimana. Good first ball, dot ball. It's a bit of a tongue twister, is Muhawenimana.
I think Agatha Obilor, 11 balls left, 24 to get. Can't afford to take time to judge the pace of the wicket or the bowler. She needs to go from the first ball, which she missed.
This one swing through to the offside, to the sweeper. 2 runs ensue for Nigeria off the bat of Obilor.
Excellent running. But what I'm not liking is there's a seamer into the attack from both the ends, but both the batters have walked out with a cap, and you can also see that Oceande doesn't have a cap as well, so they need to have a helmet on.
Ooh, outside the off stump, another dot ball. Muhawenimana just continuing with with an incredible bowling effort today. Only conceding 8 runs, having bowled 15 balls.
She's trying a bit too hard to hit over the offside, isn't it? I think she could do well to move across the stumps and try to exploit the onside. She will make contact with the ball.
That is wide. And umpire obliges, and there'll be buys. Sarah Owera will not be happy with the amount of buys that she's gotten. There's a bit of a run out, but Obilor makes it in. So 3 runs ensue off of that one play.
Excellent awareness. She was the one who forced Agatha Obilor to come back for the second, and they completed with ease. So 22 in 9. In fact, 19 from 9. Still within touching distance, but not really touching distance.
Just need a boundary sometime soon. It's getting very close. Nigeria need a boundary. And the wide's going to help because they get that extra ball for one less run.
Agatao Bulor loves to be the finisher and with a chance in hand, 80 needed for Nigeria of 9 balls. It's the third place playoff. We have the finals coming soon after this one.
Oh, swing straight to the fielder at cover, and they're looking to take a second, but because there was a collision, Obolor decides to do the sports thing and turn down that second one.
Umokobio Osiande's first T20 for Nigeria. You almost sense that she has the awareness. She was good on the field, and now cleverly running back for twos. Miss.
So outside that off stump, Mohoeni Mana bowling incredibly well in these pressure moments. Oh, it's a beautiful ball, but well dug out by Osiande. That was aiming for middle stump. Osiande managing to get some bat onto that. Most importantly for Rwanda, it's a dot ball. 1 over remaining.
Six for 5 after 19. Hope you're in the Player Spot Fantasy app. That is India's #1 gaming destination. Get into the app, make the teams for the final between Kenya and Namibia, which is just over an hour from now.
Murekatete to bowl that final over for the host nation. Oh, beautifully driven down the ground, too long on, will result in a single.
16 near of 5. At least one of these balls, one of the next two balls has to go to the fence. Umunkobio Osiande to face the first of them from Belekatete.
This one's up in the air. There is a fielder underneath it, and Gabire does the job. Another wicket for Rwanda in this final over, and it's 97 for 6. Osiande tried, but it wasn't going to be.
Yeah, it wasn't enough, isn't it? She got more height than the distance, and Nigeria are now down and out, and Rwanda, the host, finally well on verge of finishing third. As you look at that, it was a length ball, had to be hit there for the hitting. She really couldn't get the distance, only managed to get the height. The ball traveled only as far as Sifa Ingabire at mid-off. Nigeria lose the 6 to 97. Just a single on debut for Omokobio Osiande.
The most important thing about that wicket is that the bat is crossed as the Fossa Joy joins Obolor at the crease. Edge and past the keeper, it will race all the way down to the boundary for 4 more runs.
That is just the result they require, isn't it? They need 4 fours at least. And here's one. Not the best of the ways. Charging down, gets the thickest outside edge. But the third man was quite square and nobody fine there. And that's the four to bring up the 100 for Nigeria. 12 needed of three.
Yes, Sudarshan, 12 needed of 3. A little bit of pressure being brought on to Murekatete. She needs to get this one on the money to edge her team closer to victory. That is wide. It's going to have to be bold again. There's that pressure I'm talking about.
Murakatete can feel the pressure, trying to keep it away from the batter's arc and ends up delivering a wide. But what sort of field should they have? I think they should have the third man finer for starters because she's not bowling a length. She's keeping it full. Be tough to get it square of third man or backward point if she bowls full.
So I agree with you there, Sudarshan. This one down the leg side, they're going to run through for the single. Sarah Owera has a shot this time. She misses. And Efosa Joy making it in. But for Rwanda's cause, only a single. So 11 off of 2. So we need 2 sixes for Rwanda, for Nigeria to win this game. 10 required of 2, so it's a 6 and a 4. So 2 boundaries.
I don't think Agatha Obulor thought that it will be on the pads or in line of the stump, so she wasn't prepared for plan B, which is to go through the onside. But here's Murakatete to Efosa Joy.
Oh, good bowling. There's a bit of a mix-up, but they're gonna not make it as the shot the stumps really did miss. A comedy of errors happening here right now between the two teams. It's yes, no, and then the yes, no of the field, and also the missing of the stumps.
I wonder why there was some confusion. I thought Agatha Obulor didn't want the single there.
There's a bit of a crowd at the Gahanga International Stadium celebrating what looks like a Rwandan victory here with the final ball of the match. Oh, it's a beautiful one coming off the pads. That ends the game. Nigeria end on 104 for 6. And Rwanda win that 3rd place in the Kwibuka Women's T20 Tournament.
It's almost a just finish for the hosts, wasn't it? 8-run win for them. Rwanda posted 112 batting first, and Nigeria at various points weren't in the game, but 12 needed of that last 3 balls. They got a 4, but then couldn't do much. So they go down by 8 runs, Nigeria. But spare a thought for the Nigerian batters who did well to hang on. It was a middle resurrection after the collapse at the start, but eventually they fall 8 runs short. But remember, it's not all. We have the title clash coming soon in just in about an hour. Namibia and Kenya will clash for the Kwibuka T20 trophy, at the end of which we will have another winner here. But this was the 3rd and 4th place playoff. Nigeria finishing 4th in this year's edition of the Kwibuka T20 Tournament. Rwanda finishing 3rd. Don't go away. We have the presentations to follow and then the all-important final in the afternoon. So thanks for joining for this game. Do ensure that you join us for the final coverage of the Kwibuka T20 Tournament in just a while.
onto an off field. We recently in Pakistan, against Pakistan, we had a table tennis tournament, and I came out as the winner. So I think that was really special in the bio bubble, and we can't do too much. So our trainer put up a whole schedule for us to have a full-on table tennis tournament, and I came out on top. So I was pretty chuffed with that. Well, that's a tough one, but I think I'll have to go with a tennis player, Serena Williams. Definitely me. No, I'm joking. No, she's a pretty strong girl. I think she might. I think her bicep is a little bit bigger than mine, so I'm going to say Lazali will win that one. Let me go with, I was thinking while studying, I've got an honors degree in marketing, but I think I picked that because it was something that I could do with sport, but I probably think I would have become a medical rep if it was not for cricket, because that's something that you're on the road quite often. I enjoy the medical side of things, but I'm not good with blood. So I thought it's a clean medical field. So being still involved with medicine, but maybe just working and just being a sales representative. Be ecstatic. I think he's such a skillful cricketer. Everybody calls him Mr. 360. So if I could get have one day and be that fantastic, I would take that any day. I'm gonna say Marizon Cup. I think she's a very skillful bowler, and I know she's really always in the nets. She's thinking about her bowling and really making it hard, and you're not always sure what she's gonna bowl, because she can swing the ball away, bring it back in. She's got some really good slower balls, and then she's worked on the odd bounces, so it's not knowing what to expect. And she's a very clever bowler, so I think she's one of the hardest bowlers to bat against. Ooh, I'm gonna go with a cannelloni. I think my husband really enjoys cannelloni, so I think that's the dish I'm gonna say out loud. I would have to go West Indies. I love tropical islands, and crystal clear blue waters is definitely for me. So I really enjoy traveling to the Caribbean. Oh, that's a challenging one. But I'm going to go with the queen we had before. I'll go with AB de Villiers. I think the best advice that I've been given is if your dream does not scare you, it's not big enough. And the second one is to use your stumbling blocks as stepping stones.
Ladies and gentlemen, cricket, I told you, is a lottery. Not everybody can win at the end of the day. And of course, congratulations to you, Rwanda, for winning this very important match. Later in the day, you know that you'll be taking the
I can see the
bronze medals. Coach Team
Rwanda
Nigeria,
team.
please just come for a small quick chat.
Can you mute yourself there? So there is an option of mute. And
Oneme, last year you came to Rwanda. You played against these people. You lost 3-2. The series, how are the series looking like to start up the things now between you and Rwanda? And where do you see yourselves after these games? Have Rwanda run away, or are you still within catching sight of them?
Well, let me say congratulations to the coaching crew and to Team Rwanda. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Team Nigeria, for a wonderful game. I still want to believe that Rwanda is still within my reach. I'm not scared of you. Anytime I come here, watch your back.
Thank you, Coach Onome. Quickly, where do you think it lacked? Did the absence of the captain, Samantha Gazuma, cost you in these last 2 matches?
Well, a tree can't make a forest, so the absence of my captain didn't affect my team. The whole idea is that we're here as a team, so if one person is down, the other person takes charge. So that didn't affect my team. Thank you.
What next for Nigeria? Where do you go from here?
Surely we'll go back home. Like I said, we're learning. It's a learning curve for us. With the look of things, ICC ranking, you are all ranked way ahead of Nigeria. In fact, we are the lowest ranked team in this place. But I can tell you that I've always seen it to be that Namibia, Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, I give so much respect. But I feel with what my team has done today, and with the short time we had together, if we do have long time together, we'll give you run for your money. Thank you.
And finally, last question. With the qualifiers coming up in Botswana, and with Nigeria having a chance to play at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, United Kingdom, tell me, what is the area you'll give special attention to when you go back to work with the girls?
Well, we'll be looking at our battle lineups. We have to reshuffle and then work on a bit of our fielding, the bowling, maybe 1 or 2 persons and all that. Of course, you all know someone who gives you a lot of trouble is not here. That is Taiwo. And don't worry, she'll be back soon. She was a bit sick before we came, so we had to leave her behind. So with all of this, going to Botswana, it's a learning curve again. And most of the teams here are the people who play in Botswana. So it's good, and the games are on TV, so we have much time to go back home, watch them, learn from our errors, and then look for their weaknesses as well.
Thank you very much, Coach Onome.
Thank you.
Good luck to Nigeria. Safe trip to Kaduna, to Abuja, to Lagos. We'll see you next year. Please, Coach Leonard Nambura, please come up. Coach, congratulations for your win today.
Thank you very much.
What are the big positives you pick from your team over the past couple of 6 days that you think have been executed in game on the final day today?
I think if you look at it, it's the bowling side and the fielding side. I think that area we have, every game that we've been playing, these guys have been improving every game. I think that's the area that we are strong. And if we keep on bowling and fielding the same way we have been fielding, I think we have got a better chance of upsetting any team.
The issue of extras has been a very big black spot for Rwanda. Today, they were much less. What did you tell these bowlers?
I think it's just something that we discussed yesterday in the evening that, look, every game that we are playing, we are bowling a lot of extras. I think around about 3 overs of extras. That's not good enough at this level. So each bowler needs to focus on the plan, bowl as much straight as possible, make the guys play all the balls that you are going to be bowling.
As the man who has triumphed over Coach Onome, what advice would you give to Coach Onome and the Nigerian girls?
I think this is a good squad from I've seen. Even their intention in terms of, especially betting, their intention, this is a good intention. They just need to keep on rotating more and getting that occasional boundary every time and then. And they have one guy at the end who can be able to get the ball to the rope.
Thank you. And then, as a coach, please, the fans have been watching. Give credit to some of your players who you think have come out and done very good things today.
I would like to thank everyone that come to support us, especially the guys that are sitting up there. We thank you very much for your support. And also the guys up there, I think we thank you very much for the support. Yes. And also the girls for showing up. This, understand, I hope these guys, they've learned something that going forward, not every game is going to be handed to you so easy. You got to fight for the game. So when we go back again, there are 1 or 2 areas that we need to shape up in the road to the qualifiers.
Thank you, Coach. And congratulations. Congrats on your bronze medal. We hope to see you doing bigger things with Team Rwanda like you did with Namibia. To give out the man of match award, I beg your pardon, to give out the player of match award is a Mukambwe. Mukombozi, are you there? Karake. Of course, Omukambwe means these are the elders of Rwandan cricket. These are the guys who sacrifice time and over again to support the game, its development. They also have a team, but when they play their matches, they drink more beer than the cricket they play. Four contestants for the match award. Gishel Ishimwe, 39 runs of 40 balls, strike rate of 97. She gave her team a very good start. There was Katia Uwamahoro, 35 runs of 30 balls. She did very well. She was playing literally on one leg. She was limping, but she took her team to that total that they managed to defend at the end of the day. From Nigeria, in number 2 for the match award is Kehinde Abdul Kadir. Well played for your 50 ball, 31 runs. But the player of the match is a big player for Team Rwanda. This lady hasn't been bowling for some time. This lady has been bowling in the games when the pressure was on and Rwanda needed to win. She bowled 4 overs, picked 2 wickets for 21 runs at the back end of the innings. Earlier on with the bat, she got 12 runs of 24 balls. The only centurion in Rwandan cricket, women's cricket, Diane-Marie Bimenyimana, please. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mukombozi. Please go and attend to your drink before it gets cold. Take your picture first. She wants to pose for her pictures first before she does the interview. Well, Diane, congratulations on your match award, the first of the tournament. Did it come a little too late for you being a big player?
It wasn't too late because I've been trying there. I was trying to be a good player for my team, and I don't think it was too late.
Your bowling and your batting, which one is the stronger of the two, and where do you think you should put much more concentration, where you will be able to win more games for your team?
It's batting.
Go on, tell me, if it is batting, how much of an effort are you going to be able to put in to make sure you win more games for your team? Because big players single-handedly win games for their teams in the matches that matter. But if you win a loser's match, nobody remembers that. But if you win the big matches as a big player, how much of work are you willing to put in as a batsman?
I'm going to give it all, like more than 100%, because that's how I'm going to do it. Just putting all my efforts.
And then moving forward, what next for Rwanda? What have the coaches told you with the qualifiers coming up?
It's not just they didn't tell us too much because we've been playing here. We saw where our weakness is, so we are going to go and collect all those mistakes we did in these games.
And well, congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
Yes, good luck. That is the match presentation for the bronze match. Innocent is my name. See you in a bit with the